What's going on, everybody? In this video, we're going to talk about how you can find stocks before they break out, right? So a lot of times, by the time you're actually hearing about a stock on social media, Twitter, YouTube, so forth and so forth, the stock is already long gone, right? The stock is absolutely gone. You've missed a trade. Either you're entering into the middle of the move or you're entering in at the top. Next thing you know, you get in and then the stock starts rolling over on you. So how can you actually start to identify stocks before they break out? So I do want to put a full disclaimer out there. Currently, it is June the 23rd. We are in a bear market in 2022. Okay, so let me kind of put that disclaimer out there. There is no quote unquote breakouts in a bear market. There's just no bear. There's no such thing. Okay, because when you're underneath macro levels of supply on the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame, meaning you're underneath the 200-day moving average or you're underneath the 50-day moving average as a whole on the indexes, which is a SPY, the triple Q, so forth and so forth, there is no actual breakout because we're not actually making new highs or anything. So but this video is going to be tailored to finding breakouts, meaning how can you find stocks before they shoot up, even in a bear market or a bull market, so forth and so forth, right? So here's what we want to kind of identify here. What you want is you want to find a stock that is consolidating. You want to find a stock that is trending sideways and preferably underneath supply, okay? Or if we're in a bull market, a stock that is making all-time highs, for example. You want a stock that's making an all-time high, and then it starts to go into what's called a distribution phase or a consolidation phase, where the stock is going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, and going down, and then boom, it breaks out, right? So what you want to do is position yourself inside the move before the breakout, so you're not one of these people chasing the bag after people are already selling on the way down. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to give you a quick example here. Okay, bear market and all. So this is Amazon that we're looking at here, the current low price here. And if we look at the date here, this is going back to last month on the 24th. So literally 1 month ago, we put in an absolute low at 101.26. We did test it two more times, okay, on the 13th of June, as well as the 14th on June. And now we've started to push off. This is not a breakout yet, just due to the fact that we're still underneath supply. So this is a big leg down here, followed by a bounce, followed by a back test, followed by a bounce, and followed by a back test. Technically speaking, this is a triple bottom, or this is, a point of control here where the bulls feel very, very comfortable stepping in here. However, it's not a full-on breakout, okay? Remember what I said, full disclaimer, there's no such thing as a breakout in a bear market, but again, this video will be on YouTube long after this bear market. So depending on when you're watching this video and what date it is, if we're in a bull bear market, doesn't really matter, it's all the same. So what we want to see is consolidation, 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 consolidation. Then here we're getting a push up to the top of the range, so it looks like we're getting ready to quote unquote break out. Now we don't want to jump in here just due to the fact that we have this purple line, which is a 20-day moving average here. We don't want to jump into this trade here, get rejected at 113.62 on Amazon, roll back over, and then you guys are coming back to me in the comments saying what happened to the breakout. No, that's not the way the breakout works. So what we're going to be looking for here is we want to break out of this consolidation. This consolidation is going back a month and a half, okay? From the leg down here on the gap down on these earnings, we had the gap down, we came all the way down to 101, we bounced, so forth and so forth. This whole range here, okay, this whole range from the gap down, high price of 130, okay, high price of 130, lows of 101. We had a second attempt here at the highs at 129. Okay, so this is creating a lower, let me take this off here so we can make this a little bit more clean. This made a lower high, and if we kind of draw a trend line here from this top peak to this top peak, and we kind of just slope this down, okay? Technically speaking, the breakout on Amazon comes once we get past this peak, and break this trend line. That price on Amazon would be 128. Now you may be sitting there thinking to yourself, well, the stock is at 112. Why would I not just get into the trade now instead of waiting for the breakout? because at any point in time when you're underneath the level of supply, they can rug pull you, meaning that, especially being that in 2022 we're in a bear market, a stock can have 1, 2, 3, 4 green days and on one day give it all back, right? So we really need to kind of clean up a lot of heavy areas of price action, a lot of heavy areas of supply, meaning, what is supply? Think of supply as sellers, right? You got a bunch of sellers. Think about this. You're sitting on a ledge. You got a bunch of guys selling there. You're climbing up the hill. You're like, oh, please, I'm tired. I would love a glass of water. And they're sitting at the top of the mountain with all the water, right? So they're like throwing you down water, throwing you down water, throwing you down water, and you're like kind of treading upwards, right? So think about it like that. If you think about supply, think about, these are the guys with all of the water. This is you here climbing the hilltop, and you're getting tired. You're getting tired. You need to get all the way up to the top of the mountain and then break through that area. Okay, so if these guys that are sitting up here with all of the water, let's say they're defending some imaginary castle that's sitting over here, right, and they're your last line of defense, they're holding all the water, they're not giving you any water because if you were to get through them, you're gonna invade the castle. I'm using stupid analogies and a stupid storyline here just to kind of paint a stupid picture for you guys. So with that being said, your actual true breakout on Amazon is when we break over, okay, this trend line, pull back, back test, consolidate, show that this level is now going to act as support, and then boom, here comes the run. Now, obviously not going to go up in a straight line, it'll look something more like this, but you kind of get the picture. So how can you position yourself in the move before the breakout? Because a lot of times traders will get excited and they'll start chasing the move when the stock is here already, right? So in this part is when people start jumping into the trades, and then next thing you know, the trade starts to come back on you, and then you lose money and you're like, what happened, right? So you want to position yourself in the trade before the breakout. So what you want to do is you want to find the level in the time area and the zone when we were consolidating for over a month and a half. Amazon, besides this exception here where it was rejected, we were consolidating sideways underneath supply. Again, remember, supply sellers, supply resistance. I'm just trying to make that clear. This is the 20 period moving average. This is a 9 EMA. Those are supply zones. We were pinned in this zone, okay, trading sideways for a month and a half. You want to position yourself in the trade before the breakout, okay? Before the breakout. So that way, as we do slow grind, whether it take a day or 2 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you are in this move. So when it does, boom, break out, you are benefiting heavily from the move because you have positioned yourself in the trade before the breakout. Now, what's the downside to doing this? The downside to doing this is it's going to be very, very choppy. The downside to doing this is you might go into a little bit of drawdown. It might trigger some emotions. It might fake you out and force you to sell before the trade happens, okay? But if you do believe in technical analysis, understand 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple touch points. This is a very strong point of control here. That's going to be your stop loss. Your hard stop loss on this trade is 101.26. You tell yourself, as long as Amazon stays over 101.26, I am in this trade because I am in before everyone else. I am in before the breakout. Now, when we do breakout, boom, this is where you are unloading your money bags on all the poor suckers that are chasing this move higher, okay? That's a very harsh and cold way to put it, but this is the money business. This is the stock business. This is a very harsh and cold business. Either you are selling and dumping on someone, or you are getting sold and dumped on. I hope this video makes sense. If you guys want to learn how to actually day trade, you guys want to learn options, you guys want to learn and trade with other people who are doing this, 5 days a week, join my Discord. That link is down in the description box below. If you guys are kind of curious on wondering, where you can kind of learn a day trading strategy for whatever size account balance that you guys have, whatever size portfolio you guys have, if you guys are interested in learning how to, make some extra money day trading, or hell, even do this full time, definitely want to become a lifetime member to evolutiontraders.com. You're going to get access to 2 of my video courses, as well as access to all of the private channels in my Discord, where I'm giving you watch lists, stocks that I trade, doing intraday technical analysis, and training videos multiple times a week to help you become a better and profitable trader. Definitely want to see all the information down below, and I will catch you guys on the next video.